Okay, so this is officially way too hot for no load. You know what that means. It's time to take apart the computer and replace the thermal paste and remove all of the, well, crud and dust and other nasty stuff. Alright, so it would appear that everything that we need to get to is probably underneath this panel here. CPU fan. A little bit dusty, not bad, but a little bit dusty. We'll get rid of that. It's probably reducing the airflow anyway. Ooh. Now, I've definitely seen worse than that. Take a look here. That layer of crud right there is reducing the thermal efficiency of the heatsink by a lot. So we're going to take that all out and clean it. So we'll take off these 3 screws here, then these 2 screws as well, and the whole heatsink assembly should come right out nicely. So there's the 5 screws out. This thing should just lift off and out nicely. Okay, there's the one. And yeah, that thermal paste is all dried up. So we're definitely going to remove that completely. I didn't realize this is actually a separate heat pipe. Oh wow. And that has a thermal silica pad thingy. So we need to take that off very carefully and not lose it. We're going to put it back after we clean this. Well, it's got another pad here for the system memory, or for the video memory. Both of these off super carefully. Try not to get them dirty. Well, what you're looking at here is the fact that I live in a tobacco smoking household. There's no way to get past that in this type of a household, other than to put filters on your computer. Now, how are we going to clean these? Well, I'm just going to use dish soap and water. Well, I could definitely use some better lighting here. Oh well. Please excuse the nastiness of the sink. It's got paint on it or something. I didn't do it. The plastic, not too hard. Scrape off all the oil crud from the car. Try not to destroy the heatsink. Complete clean. Okay, so now while the heatsink's dry a bit here, I'm going to clean off all this thermal paste. This nasty, nasty thermal paste. Very carefully. Oops. Grab a bit of tissue to wipe up the excess. Well, to buff it, literally. Actually, this is technically, I'm just buffing it because this heatsink compound is so crud. Here, I'll give you a better look. This is about as close as I can get to it right there. Alright, so now that I've got pretty much everything off of the actual die that I can, this thing is covered in heatsink goop in ways that it shouldn't be. I certainly did not do this myself. Somebody else did this, probably at the factory. It's been there for all this time. Who knows? I guess it's working like it is. So we're just gonna leave it. That's supposed to be thermal paste. It's more like thermal chunky. That is not how thermal paste is supposed to behave. There, got all of that nasty paste off. A little scratched up. Plastic most certainly can scratch copper. Now that it's pretty much completely dry, well, dry enough to matter, let's put a small amount of thermal paste. You don't cover it in thermal paste. Now this is what paste is supposed to look like. Paste. See that? It's all pasty. And that a solid piece of chunk. There, look at that. Thermal paste, not thermal whatever. I'm just going to spread that around. You don't need much paste at all. Not at all. Just enough to make a thin layer, which I'm having trouble with. And it will spread out. There, a little dab there. It's kind of unnecessary, but these are heat conductive thermal pads of some sort, probably electrically resistant too. That lines up right like that. Two little tiny screws. Yeah, that's good. Okay, wait a minute here. So apparently you have to put this in before screwing this down, but you have to put this in too. So yeah. Okay, this is kind of a bit of a weird design, but whatever. They actually have to line up all 5 screws at once, not just two. Now the hard part is cleaning out this fan here. Because this kind of needs some compressed air and I don't have any. That worked. Blowing it out by hand, manually works better. Alright. Reattach the CPU fan cord. Very important. So you gotta be gentle. Easy to bend or break those little pins. Back on. Well, now your results may definitely vary when doing a project like this, especially since most laptops are not taken apart with just 2 screws. I have seen some laptops that required you to completely remove the back case, remove the motherboard, remove the keyboard, remove the front panel, and basically completely disassemble the machine in order to be able to get at just to get at the heatsink. Alright, let's hook this back up and see what our temperatures are at. Alright, now for that all-important scary moment when we open it up, turn it on and make sure that it still works. Turns on, good sign, good sign. Screen is super dirty. And it works! Success! Alright, it looks like it's working. Awesome. No more lagging in my videos. We'll see if it keeps up this way or if something else happens. That looks like a successful, completely successful project. No more 90-degree graphics card. 90-degree graphics card. Good grief.